Hey, welcome back to Outside the Box, the series of videos that's pretty much all I post nowadays. Does anybody remember when I used to do customs? Those were good times, right? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we've got 3 new packages to open up, and I think this time we're going to go from largest to smallest because I already know what's in here, and I want to save this for last. I think this is going to be something pretty special. All right, but let's get on with the big one here, shall we? I think it is safe to say that my customs on this channel have been on a bit of a break, right? I am still working on Trumpeter Bumblebee, just making very slow progress. Honestly, my biggest hurdle right now is to print the custom plate for the base. You'll remember that this is the base that it comes with, and it has a very simplistic Autobot logo, although it's the Bayverse design, which I'm not too happy with it. I did design a new base that just has the Bumblebee name with a more traditional G1 logo. So I have to print it, but I haven't printed anything in like forever, so I know it's going to be a lot of troubleshooting. I just need to get that done, and I know the finish is going to be within sight. Okay. 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 Yes. Oh, baby. Okay. Studio Series, a Gamer Edition 03 Optimus Prime from War for Cybertron, which I just played recently on my Twitch channel. And if you happen to have missed it, it's actually over on my second YouTube channel, Hobbies with Jose Gaming. I know. Great name, right? But this game has been a blast to relive. It holds up pretty well. Visuals and gameplay are great. And of course, the main reason why I replayed through those games is because these guys were announced. And I do have to say, I'm definitely looking forward to the new reactivated game. I do plan on playing that game at launch for like the whole day. I'm taking the day off. So feel free to catch me on Twitch for that. All right, but let's crack this guy open. I need to see this. Oh, yes. He is a beefy boy, man. But it's true to the game. I'm not gonna bother taking out the little cardboard stand. I never really dig those. Impossible to forget about the baggie in this packaging. I do like that. How easy can you come out? Very easy. So the very first initial impressions, I love the look. I love the look. I always did feel that the designs of the game maybe didn't age all that great. You really do notice the chunkiness of the characters nowadays, but you know what? It's not bad. I do actually like that. It's just kind of odd to think like timeline-wise, he started like this on Cybertron, and then in G1, he goes into something that's a lot more slimmer, you know? But this just looks fantastic. Let me take a look at the accessories before we do any kind of a transformation, because I know those are pretty substantial here too. So we have the axe, and I'm guessing it just connects like that. Very simple. And we have the hand weapon, which is, I guess it is like the ion cannon. It does have the trademark design here on the back. Other than that, I mean, it's just a regular cannon, but it is definitely Prime's. No question about that. Unfortunately, though, the bottom is quite hollow. Not really crazy about that look. I'll definitely have to do something about that when I get to an eventual customization, right? Check back in 2025. Now the axe looks great, molding wise. The molding looks fantastic. The paint job, it does kind of leave a little bit to be desired. It just kind of has like these light shadings here on the edges. I wish they would have filled them out more with some more color. But the molding itself isn't bad, which is what matters. If there's any issues with the paint, we can always fix those. And I do like how it has the gimmick of just splitting open. And I guess this is the look of the axe when you're actually playing Optimus Prime, which I do dig that. And the back, you still see the other section sticking out, but it's not terrible. It's not bad. I do like that. I think with some better paint though, we can make it to look a heck of a lot better. Yeah, but as far as Prime goes, he is nearly perfect as far as how we see him in the game. Now, of course, when you get to the back though, we do have a bit of kibble. We have the front of the truck mode just hanging out the back. One thing I did like about the design from the video game is that it has, a lot of them had like the Autobot or Decepticon emblem as a big design element for their back. You can see it kind of glowing. But of course, because of the limitations of the toy, they couldn't really implement that into these figures, which is unfortunate. But I don't think I was really expecting them to recreate that onto the toys though. But apart from that, the figure looks fantastic. I need to see this in vehicle mode. Oh, a little bit long, okay. Okay, so before we transform him, I do want to see the arm moving mechanic. And I guess you can just pop in the other weapon right in. And it does recreate the look from the game, which I don't like having my Transformers with transforming weapons on their arms. But that was kind of something that came from the Babe movies, you know. It's not bad. Looks pretty cool. I actually don't know if he can hold it on his hand, though. I don't think he can. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any kind of a way to have him hold the weapon just on his hand, which, it's all right. No biggie. He can, of course, hold the axe, and it does split in half here in the middle. And we have him majestically holding his Energon axe, which looks absolutely badass. I do love that. Okay, now let's see him in his truck mode. Oh crap, very quickly, he's got his Matrix of Leadership. How could I forget that? That's really nice. And that's a definite unique design for the Matrix. I'm guessing it does match what we saw in the game. I mean, I just replayed it not too long ago. I already don't kind of remember. But that looks really good. Oh, I do like that. And you do get some nice gunmetal painting in there too. Very nice. Okay, now let's transform him. Finito! That feels pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. Overall, that transformation was pretty good, not too complicated, pretty satisfying. And the end results is a pretty good truck mode. I'd say that's pretty faithful to what we see in the game. Unfortunately, as with most alt modes, the back is kind of incomplete. We do have the fist just kind of hanging out the back, so that does suck. But other than that though, everything looks pretty good. And of course you can attach the weapon into the vehicle mode, just to show it off how it would look kind of like in the game. And since it's a Cybertronian vehicle, it doesn't look too bad. I can definitely dig that. You can peg the axe on here as well, but that just looks silly. I'm not even gonna do that. But overall, a great figure. Very positive first impressions. I did own the original one. I don't have it anymore, though I sold it ages ago. But of course, I remember it being smaller. I think they weren't really focused on keeping the right scale for the characters back then. So having a bigger version of that just feels great. Oh man, I could already imagine this with a nice chromey paint job too. Okay, on to the next one though. Oh, yes. I was expecting this one as well. Here we have Studio Series Gamer Edition number 2, Barricade, from the same game. Now, ironically enough, I don't have number 1, which is Bumblebee. I think he's actually going to come in tomorrow, so expect another video soon. But let's crack this guy open. Here you are. Ooh, How did they get the... Oh, I see. All right, there we go. Oh, and he's got his weapon, not in a bag, but just kind of stuck to the side here. Now, from what I've seen of Barricade, I think he's a character that suffers more in bot mode, unfortunately. From what I can see here, he does have quite a bit of kibble from the vehicle mode, which he didn't have in the game. The game did cheat a lot in the transformations if you look closely. Whenever they had any of the transformations, you just see like the robot parts just kind of coming out of nowhere from the vehicle modes. And so because of that, there's only so much that they can do for the actual figure itself. Having said that though, just initially, this figure, this character doesn't look terrible. I'd say it looks okay. Kind of the wonkier thing about him is the flat feet. He's really flat-footed. I mean, they look like duck's feet, if anything. And that look doesn't entirely match with how he looks like in the game, but unfortunately they had to do this due to the transformation. We're gonna see that in a sec. Well, I can just show you here. They just kind of fold up into the legs for the transformation, and I guess it didn't leave a lot of room to make the legs thicker in the back. I don't know. I think they could have done a better job, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's got rotating wrists, so that's something, right? Right? He does, of course, have just a big section of the vehicle just hanging out the back. One thing I do like is he has like this little thruster design there too. I don't know if that matches with what it looks like in the game, but it looks cool though. It looks purposeful, not just hanging there, right? We can, of course, attach the weapon to the arm, very similarly how we can with Optimus Prime. And I think you can swap the weapons out. Let's find out here really quick. Oh yeah, he can definitely use Optimus's weapon, which is pretty cool. It's a heck of a lot bigger for him. That doesn't look bad at all though. I do like that. Okay, all right. Not terrible, not terrible. But just like with Prime, he's not going to be holding his weapon with his hand. I just think the design itself would make that extremely tricky too. The hands are really kind of blocked off by the design of the car around it. Okay, let's check out the alt mode for this guy because I have a suspicious feeling it's going to be the better of the two modes. Okay, yeah. This vehicle, extremely solid. I love it. Take a look at that. That is just, oh my God, super menacing. I love that. And this entire back end thruster just dominates the entire rear of the vehicle. That just looks so good. Unfortunately, however, the way the wheels peg into the figure could be better, but overall just a fantastic looking vehicle mode. I do dig that. And of course, once again, the weapon does peg onto the vehicle itself. Not looking like complete crap. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, not bad overall. Very good. All right, but we do have one last little special package. Here we go. Anything else in here? Nope. Okay, this is a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, but what's in here should be very good. Okay, you know what? I'm going to save this. Ooh. Can you already guess what that is? Yeah, this is a third-party, I think 3D printed add-on accessory for Siege Shockwave. Now these are the modification pieces to do a bit more of a faithful laser weapon mode. And yeah, I can definitely tell that it's 3D printed, but even still, the detail on this thing is pretty astonishing. That is some very good print work right there. And it does have this extra piece with just, I don't know if I can catch it on camera, but the amount of detail on here is a very good match for the detail that we see onto Siege Shockwave, so that should look pretty good. And thankfully, we also do get the clear viewfinder piece. I'm not sure if this is 3D printed as well. I don't know if you can 3D print or filament 3D print clear pieces. It's not very noticeable, but it looks fantastic. Very good work on this piece. Now, there's no instructions on how to put this thing together. I can go online. Let me just see if I can figure it out here real quick. Okay, so this is what I've got, and it looks pretty good. Although this handle is still not quite big enough for big muscular hands like mine. Overall, it still looks great. And the way that the sight pegs into that extra little purple piece and that just kind of sticks onto the back here, it's overall pretty flawless. Now, one of the things that blocking my hand from grabbing the handle is kind of the back heels of the robot mode, which, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of these things. I think I'm just going to end up removing them when I do the eventual custom, which I hope to be starting pretty soon on this. But just being able to accomplish this look for this figure, I think is pretty good. I'm not going to be walking outside with this, though. I definitely don't want to risk that. And I definitely don't think I'll be displaying it this way, too, once I have the custom all completed. But just knowing that I can now accomplish this traditional G1 transformation is really nice. I do like that. And again, the design of that handle really just perfectly matches with the existing design of Siege Shockwave. Now, I'd say that the purple itself doesn't quite match. I don't know if it comes up on camera, but since I am going to be repainting the entire thing, that is the least of my worries here. I am looking forward to this eventual project. Just gotta get done with Trumpeter Bumblebee first, but we'll get there. We will get there. But hey, thank you all so much for catching this new Outside the Box. As you know, you can feel free to catch me on all the social medias. Links are pew, 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 down below. And of course, you can support the channel by getting some nice merch. I mean, you don't have to, but you probably should. Or you can like and subscribe and comment. That's always awesome as well. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'm gonna get back to work. All right, here we go. Oh my God. So good. Oh, beautiful. Progress.